All right, so we've been doing a lot of work on Adam's house. We raised the ceiling, gutted the kitchen. Actually, we ended up taking all the furniture out of the whole house. But the part that's really gonna set this house apart is this window. Now, that's actually a decent sized window. It was put in wrong. There's not even a header up here. These 2x4s come straight down to paneling. There's no header of any kind up here. The studs on the sides don't go down to hold this window in place. All that's holding it is this 1x4, which is supposed to be the sill inside the window. It's not trimmed out at all. So we're gonna take this window out and we're gonna put this bad boy in that we ordered from America's Choice Windows. This is 60 inches tall, 105 inches wide. It's basically gonna take this room that we've already made larger by going up with the ceiling and bring the great outdoors into this room. So we're gonna leave the height of the window basically the same as this because it matches for the other windows, matches with the soffit boards outside, and it'll drop the window down to around this height. In order to get these pieces off, literally the caulking is what's been holding everything together. So I'm just gonna slice the caulking. It'll make it easier to take everything apart. All right, now we've got it down to where we actually could take the window out, but with the temperatures outside today, we're gonna leave it in place while we rebuild the framework for the new window, then we'll take this out. Right now, the only thing that's holding this window in place, and basically looking at it from before, is the fact that it's caulked to the brick. We need a bigger hammer. All right, so we've put our studs in and stuff. We haven't cut these off yet, but we went ahead and put it in so we can put our header because we do have a sag here that we're gonna have to deal with. We already cut our 2x10s for the header, and I ripped one piece of plywood. We're gonna sandwich plywood between the 2x10s to add strength for the sagging because technically the two 2x10s on the sag charts are about 6 inches short. So in order to stiffen it up a little bit, we'll add the plywood in between. Now, a lot of times people just start at one end and then put a short piece on the other end of the 2x10 simply because the plywood's not long enough to reach all the way across. What I'd like to do is put the long piece in the middle and I'll put two shorter pieces on each side. And the reason for that, the middle is what's gonna sag. So I want the stiffness in the middle. And believe it or not, the plywood, it adds a lot of stiffness. All right, so we got the boards put together, got the plywood in there. We have basically a 6.5 inch piece on each end with the 8-footer in the middle. Like I said, it really wouldn't make that big a deal. If you really want to stiffen it up, you can glue it as well as nail it. For the purposes we're doing here, we're just gonna nail it. But you do want to put quite a few nails in it. And you're going to want to nail from both sides. Nothing says that you have to use a nail gun. You can hand nail it, you can screw it. I just happen to have the nail gun, so that makes it easier. All right, you can see we got it all framed in. Left the window in place because I'm not quite ready to set the window in yet, because I gotta get a little more help to do that. Need some muscles I don't have. But you can see how much bigger this is gonna be. Here's the original window. The frame for the new window, that's gonna bring the outside in, yet they'll still be able to be comfortable in the house with the air conditioning. Hey, for more quick tips like these, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to thipro.com.